Now let's see American War of Independence. With the background of revolutionary development in Europe, it is equally important to think about the American War of Independence. With the discovery of America, the European countries turned their attention towards this continent. The imperialist European countries took control of different regions of America and established their colonies. What they did, they established their colonies. Why? To set a power on America. England established 13 colonies on the east coast of America. So, what they did, they established their 13 colonies. England had nominal domination over these colonies, but later English Parliament laid oppressive restrictions and taxes on these American colonies. England declared war to suppress these colonies. American colonies organized the army under the leadership of George Washington and finally won against England. This event is known as American War of Independence. A new nation known as United States of America with the federal government, written constitution and based on the principle of democracy was born. And then on that day they developed or they created United States of America. So this was American War of Independence. So what will happen in this war? England have came in America. They started setting their colonies. That started getting power in America. They set their 13 colonies. But later on, what happened? They started putting some taxes on American colonies. Then America suppressed, means they rejected, and what they did, they started a war, and once under the leadership of George Washington they won the war. So next one is French Revolution. So what was French Revolution? In 1789, the people of France revolted against the uncontrolled and unjust monarchy and federalism and established a republic. This event is known as French Revolution. What this French Revolution gave? The French Revolution gave liberty, equality, and fraternity to everyone. Okay. In the world history, among the political revolution, the American War of Independence and French Revolution are very important in our history, in the world history. Okay, the next one was Industrial Revolution. So, Industrial Revolution started from 18th to 19th century. There were many technological innovations in Europe. So many of the technological evolutions took place in Europe. There was production with the help of machines running on steam machines, you all know. Then there was a cottage industries were replaced by a big factories. Cottage means small industries. Machines came to be used instead of hand looms. The people used machines instead of hand looms. And railway and steamer became a mode of transformation. Means railway, they developed railway and the age of machines began. So this evolution is known as industrial revolution. From that revolution, age of machines began and the development of machines have been started. Industrial revolution began in England and then spread all over the parts of West. During the period, England enjoyed industrial prosperity and came to be described as world factory. So, Europe is known as world factory because sorry, England is known as world factory because all over the world, because of England, we all have got the machines, and from England the machine revolution started, and hence it is known as world factory. Now the next one is rise of capitalism. So what is capitalism? With the help of new sea routes began a new era of trade between Europe and Asia. Many traders came from sea route. It was not easy to carry out a single train trade. Hence, many traders came together and started trading. Thus, there was a rise of trading company with Oriental countries was very profitable and responsible for economic prosperity. Hence, European rulers started giving military protection and trading concession to these trading companies. Okay, so this lead accumulation of wealth in Europe. The property was used in the form of capital for trade and commerce, and this lead rise of capitalist economic system in Europe. So Europe was known as capitalistic economic system in which trading used to run. So next one was colonism. Colonism means one country exploiting other country, means what other country is coming. Suppose for example, India is there, American peoples are coming to India, they are setting their colonies, and they are trying to gain power on the country on the basis of economy and military strength. Another religion and establish its political supremacy. This is known as colonialism. This tendency of colonism lead to rise of imperialism among the Europeans. So what is imperialism? Imperialism means a system in which a powerful country controls other country. Okay, by establishing its domination and many colonies. I told how they used to establish their colonies. Many countries from Asian and American continent fell prey to this imperialist, means many countries from Asian and African were the prey. Prey means what? We say shikar in Hindi or in Marathi. They all were the part of this imperialism. So imperialism of British East India Company in India, there was competition among European countries acquiring trade monopoly in India. So they were having competition. The European countries were having competition. So after that, what did British did? They established their East India Company in 1600 AD. Okay, and carried out trade in India. They took permission from Emperor Jahangir and established their factory in Surat. The trade between India and British was carried through this company. Okay, so what did the British did? The British, they started acquiring power in India by using or with the help of trading. The Emperor Jahangir, he gave him permission for trading, and then they started acquiring their power in India. So the British and French conflict, because French, England and France were rivals in the competition for the trade in India. Means England and France, they both were in the competition. Which competition? That who will do the best trading in India. Due to this, there was wars fought between them. They were known as Carnatic War. Okay, three Carnatic Wars were there. In the third Carnatic War, England finally defeated France, and now there is no strong European competitor for British East India Company in India. So the European were sorry, the France were defeated by England, and now British East India Company, they won they won the war, and there was no one, or there were no other people strong than them. So foundation of rule of British East India Company in Bengal. So what they did, they started founding their rules. The Bengal province was one of the most prosperous. As we all know, Bengal was the most prosperous. And in 1756 AD, Siraj ud Dulha was Nawab of Bengal. The East India Company misused the trading concession obtained from Mughal emperor. What they did? They misused their concession. Whatever the Mughal emperor gave them a concession, means whatever freedom they gave, they misused it. The English built fortification around the factory at Kolkata without the permission of Nawab. Okay, and then since Suraj Siraj ud Dulha captured the factory at Kolkata, this created, means what they did, discontent in England. What they did, without permission of Nawab, they built one fortification. But afterwards, when Nawab got it, what did he did? The relations between the Nawab and England discontent. So the Nawab of Bengal and British troop met at Plasley in 1757. But under the leadership of Mir Jafar and Nawab's army made no move to actually join the battle, and Siraj was defeated. Means because of the army of Nawab, they did not made any move. Nawab was defeated. Mir Jafar became Nawab of Bengal with the support of British afterwards. Okay, Mir Jafar, who was he? He was a commander in chief of Nawab's army. Okay, so he became Nawab of the Bengal with the support of British, means British made him Nawab. His son-in-law Mir Kasam was made the Nawab. Mir Kasam tried to put restriction on illegal trade of British. Hence, once again, Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal. Means, but what happened? First of all, Mir Jafar was the Nawab. But what happened? He started protesting against the British. Okay, he with the help of British he became Nawab, but afterwards he started protesting. Then what did British did? They made his son-in-law Mr. Mir Qasim Nawab. But Mir Qasim Nawab also started taking restrictions or started taking actions on the illegal trade. So British again made Nawab Mir Jafar as a Nawab. To restrict the activities of British in Bengal, Mir Qasem, Sujauddullah, the Nawab of Ayodhya, and Mughal Emperor Shah Alam formed an alliance and ran a campaign. Alliance and campaign means they form a group so that they would stop all these nonsense things or all these things which are not useful or which are illegal. So the Battle of Buxar was fought in Bihar. Yes, we all know Battle of Buxar. And after this battle, British East India Company got the right to collect the revenue from Bengal province as per the Treaty of Allahabad. In this manner, the foundation of British rule in India laid in Bengal. Means the British first they started acquiring Bengal. Why? Because Bengal was the most what we can say rich province. So afterwards they gave what they did, Mysore struggle, British Mysore struggle. Hyder Ali from Mysore state rebelled and took control of Mysore. After the death of Hyder Ali, his son Tipu Sultan became the ruler of Mysore. He tried his best to fight against British, but at the end, in in the battle, in Srirangapatna, Tipu Sultan lost his life in 1799. In this manner, British took control over Mysore. Now the British took control over Bengal. Second one, Mysore. Now the British control over Sindh. See how they have misused all the things. Now what they are doing? They're traveling to the Sindh. To strengthen the British power in India, The English turned their attention towards northwest frontier. They feared that Russia might attack India through Afghanistan, and hence English started establishing their influence over Afghanistan. The route towards Afghanistan went through Sindh. The British understood the importance of Sindh, and hence they captured Sindh in 1843. We have seen that Afghanistan was the route, which the Sindh route, what they have did, they have captured that Sindh route. Why? Because they thought the Afghanistan would come through that route, so they stopped or they blocked that route over there so that Afghanistan would not enter India. Now, fall of Sikh power. In the beginning of 19th century, the power in Punjab was in the hands of Ranjit Singh. After the death of Ranjit Singh, his minor son, minor means younger son, Duleep Singh came to the throne. Came to the throne means he became the king. On his behalf, his mother, Queen Jindan, looked after the state affairs but could not keep control over the officers. Taking advantage of situations, British bribed some of the Sikh Sardar. We have all listen, we all I think so we all have heard one phrase in Hindi. We can say in Hindi, when its meaning is that when two peoples are fighting, the third person take profit or take advantage of their fights. So the queen, she would not control the officers. So when the British studied that she could not, the officers are out of their box, so what did they took the advantage, and then what did they started bribing some Sikh Sardars. The Sikh community thought that the British will attack Punjab, and hence they launched an attack on British. But the when the Sikh thought, when they listened the things of British, the thoughts of British, they thought that now the British will, what will they do? They will attack our Punjab. Then what they did, they started one war, or they attacked on British. In the First Anglo-Sikh War, the British were defeated, but still Duleep Singh remained on the throne. But the growing impact of the British over Punjab was not acceptable to Sikhs. Mulraj, officer of Multan, revolted against the English. Thousands of Sikh soldiers participated in the war against the British. In the Second War, Sikhs had to face defeat again. In 1849, the British finally captured the entire region of Punjab. Means after the two defeats, Punjab was defeated two times and it was captured by British in 1849. The Marathas were important, strong rulers in India. How did the British strengthen their foundation of rule in India? By defeating the Maratha will be studied in the next chapter. So, this chapter, it was very interesting. I hope you all understand this chapter. You all understood this chapter. So you all have to complete question number 1, 2, 3 and 4, which are given on page number 9 in a notebook, and please click the photos of that exercise. Thank you.